Neal McDonough has a great scene-stealing role as General James Harding in the new history series Project Blue Book about the real-life UFO studies of the 1950s. I'm Kevin Jacobsen, writer at Gold Derby, here with Neal himself.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Doing very well. Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely. So, Neal, like I said, great scene stealing role in this show as a general who is hoping to kind of keep all these findings a secret from the public. And you're often kind of looming in the shadows, trying to control the narrative, essentially. So, first question I just have to ask is how much fun are you having on this show?
It's there are. I love doing what I do, and I've been very blessed to be parts of some really amazing shows in my career. From obviously from Band of Brothers to to Housewives and Boomtown, and all the Suits and all the shows that I'm doing now. But there's something about General Harding that is so much fun to play because as we devised the character in the beginning of the season, I was like, am I a good guy or am I a bad guy? And I said, what I love to do is I love to play in the gray area as an actor. I love to find the goodness in villains and the badness in heroes. And because I don't know anyone in life who's purely evil or purely good. So to make characters really human, I like to play in the gray area. And they said, that's exactly where Harding is. After the first season, we don't want to know if his agenda is actually good or bad, or if he's just a patriot. But as the season progresses, you realize he truly is a patriot and will do anything to make sure that the United States is put forward in the safest and best light possible. And so to play that kind of character that has carte blanche to do basically anything he wants to make sure that the message is put out there correctly is a whole lot of fun to play. The power is just, it's immense. And to play Harding, who was based after General Twining, who was one of the most decorated Air Force men of all time, then, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and all the amazing things that he did is pretty, it's humbling at the same time to have the opportunity to jump into these boots.
Absolutely. And what do you think it is that Harding truly feels deep down about like all these extraterrestrial happenings?
I don't think Harding would ever, or Twining would ever tell you, or would admit it himself, because that's not part of his agenda. His agenda is to do whatever the president tells him to do, and do it the best that he can, and not make any mistakes. So, um, it's pretty awesome to play a character that has such blinders. He's an American patriot, and that's what he wants to do. And whether there are UFOs or not, his agenda is his agenda, and he's going to carry it out the best that he possibly can for the United States. And it's, my dad came over from Ireland, and the first thing he did was walked into an army office and said, "Make me an American," and they shipped him overseas for 5 years. He was in the Army Air Corps at the time. So to wear clothes like my dad wore, and to act much like my father, a true patriot that my dad was, it's one of my favorite things that I've ever done. And then I get to work opposite, Michael and Aiden and everyone else, and it's every day is like Super Bowl Sunday. We're in it to win it. We're bringing our best stuff, and what Robert Zemeckis devised and all these characters and bringing all these great actors together is playtime. And for me, I'm having the time of my life getting to play this character, and I think it shows.
Yeah, definitely. And being part of this show, I imagine the kind of alien life and the real life Project Blue Book itself, the government conspiracy stuff, it might just get you thinking about certain things. So, are you the kind of actor that can sort of leave stuff behind at work, or do you kind of carry it with you when you're off set and like
Well,
explore for your own?
but I got the greatest acting lesson of my life here. I went to Syracuse and Lambda in London. I'm a method actor all the way through, and I was very serious about my craft. I still am obviously very serious about my craft. But about 8 weeks into Band of Brothers, while I just started dating my wife Reve, she was like, "Look, you can't live these characters 24/7. If you are, then you have to find somebody else because you're driving me a little bit crazy." I'm like, "How dare you say that? I'm a method actor. I'm supposed to live it all the time." And after a couple of days of living without Reve, and my realizing how miserable I was becoming, I also realized that she was right, that you have to be able to play your characters when you're at work, but when you're not at work, you have to live your life, really enjoy your life. So that's a great acting lesson that I got. So um, I generally leave my characters at work. However, with being part of Blue Book, I can't look at the night sky the same way anymore. I'm looking at things out there. It's the what ifs, and who else is out there, and it's great for us as the actors, but for the audience to be able to have a show that makes you actually think, and not gives you your thoughts, but allows you to think your own thoughts yourself. Are there UFOs? Are there not UFOs? Who's telling the truth? Who's not telling the truth? And that's why I love Blue Book so much, because the way that Robert Zemeckis and all the people who created it, it allows the audience to really think, and to sit in front of the television with our 5 kids and watch a show that dad's on. Doesn't happen a lot. I'm not putting the kids in front of the screen to watch Justified, but
That's fair.
they can sit here and they can watch dad on Project Blue Book, and then also take in other characters and other thoughts, and what else is out there in the world. So it's been really a fabulous thing for me.
Yeah. And like, how familiar were you with the real life Project Blue Book and the work of J. Allen Hynek beforehand?
Yep, when you're ready.
Okay, great. I have to go back into work now. I'll walk in. Say that again.
Just how familiar were you with the real life Project Blue Book and the work of J. Allen Hynek beforehand?
To be honest, I wasn't really familiar at all, to be quite honest. I had heard things about it, but it wasn't really so much my cup of tea until I jumped into it, and then I realized, wow, what these guys did, and especially a guy like Twining or Harding, what they did for the American people. It was, again, I become my character so much that I believe what Harding believed. It would be very different if I played Aiden's character. It'd be different if I played a different character. But being that I played Harding, I believe wholeheartedly in what Harding was doing, because, well, that's my job. So, as far as knowing much about Hynek, I really didn't, to be quite honest, but I certainly do now. And it's been a blast getting to know about what he did do. It's truly remarkable.
Mm-hmm. And really quick, speaking to your broader career, you've starred in so many shows over the years, so many films. I was curious to know whether you had just one role that has always just stood out to you, and also what role you tend to get recognized for the most.
That is a hard one. The one that's nearest and dearest to my heart, without question, is Buck Compton and Band of Brothers. I met my wife doing that. All those guys have become my buddies, and this week being the 75th anniversary of the Normandy invasion, it's been a big week, and I wish I was there with the guys right now. However, I'm here filming Van Helsing today and having a great time doing this. But Band of Brothers was really, it was kind of lightning in a bottle. Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks gave all of us relatively unknown actors a chance and a shot at the title, and we weren't going to let our guys down. And plus, I got to meet my wife, and now we have 5 kids, and since then it's been probably 70 movies later and 1,000 hours of television, all because Steven Spielberg gave us a chance at telling such an amazing story. So I'm blessed beyond belief to be part of that. But I will say this: getting the opportunity to play Harding opposite these actors, and the storylines that we have, and the backdrop of UFOs and everything else, it's right up top. I love playing General Harding, and like I said, I think you can see that.
Absolutely. And Project Blue Book was renewed for a second season. So is there anything you're kind of hoping to explore further in season 2?
Yeah, I'm interesting. I'm really interested to see how they devise the second season. The scripts start coming out this week, which is great. I'm really looking forward to jumping back into it. But I'm sure it's much the same. It'll just get elevated more and more with each season. And what Harding's going to have to do to really keep things quiet from the public is going to be interesting to see what they devise for my character this year. We did some great things last year with Aaron Poley. Michael's such a great actor. So for me to work with him was a blast, and I'm sure there's going to be more stuff with him this year. But to work with just that cast it's truly a blessing. I'm having time of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how much longer you have, but it sounded like you just got a call to set.
Yeah, they call me to set, but one more minute. Sure.
Okay.
I can talk about Harding all day. That's the problem.
I know, right? Well, just through your experience over 30 years, I don't know how long your career has been. Like, I feel like it's been like 30 years or so.
You can come walk with me on.
Sure. Let's explore.
Here's our trailer. We're gonna walk in. That's the executive producer's car, not my car.
Nice.
No, I don't get cars like that.
Yeah. Well, just kind of as we wrap up, do you have like advice for other actors like yourself who kind of want to have the kind of career that you've had over these 30 years?
Well, the advice that I would give would be pretty simple. When I first started acting as a kid, I auditioned for and here I am on the set, Van Helsing.
Nice.
I auditioned for everything: first grade, second grade, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade plays. And the best part that I got was a tooth. Okay. And then in ninth grade, I finally got Your Good Man, Charlie Brown to play Snoopy. And the director's like, well, where did you come from? I'm like, I'm Neal McDonough. I'm from this town. He goes, how come I've never seen you? I'm like, I know, exactly. I'm good at what I do. And finally, I had the chance because I believed in myself. And when you believe in yourself, no matter if you're an athlete or if you're an accountant, if you're a plumber, if you're an actor, whatever the case is, if you truly believe in yourself and you're unique and that you have some kind of God-given ability, God gave me a talent to be a great actor. It doesn't mean I'm a great person. I have to work hard at being a great person, but that's what God gave me. And if you have a great talent and you believe in yourself, the only thing that can stop you is yourself. So for me, I've been blessed that I got to find something that I was good at a very young age. And 30 years later, I'm still doing it. And people are still asking me to work for them. And, when I stop and think about it, I get so choked up that I can't believe that I've gotten to the place where I've gotten to in my life, all because of my belief in God and the belief in myself. And it's been a phenomenal 30 years. I can't wait to see what the next 30 years brings.
Yeah, powerful words. Thank you so much, Neal. Yeah, thank you for taking the time. Everyone else, please like and hit subscribe for more award season interviews, and head to goldderby.com to make some predictions for yourself. Thanks, Neal.
Say bye to Van Helsing.
Bye.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Thanks for watching.